feel so crazy and like all over the place and like I'm healing, and I'm like, no, I'm not healing, and like, which is not true. I know that's not true. I know I'm healing. I know it's not linear. I know it ebbs and flows. I know that to be true. But I don't know. I'm struggling a bit with, and I can only get so detailed without explaining exactly what this like medical scare is that I'm worried about, but I just don't want to get into it. First of all, it's too painful, and like I just don't want to share every detail. I don't feel ready to do that. So whatever, I'm just going to, generalize it, but basically there's something, a disease in my family that may or may not be passed down, And so now I'm concerned about everyone on that side of the family, and myself included. And so I am wanting to talk about and like wanting to say that I am struggling, first of all, and I'm not negating that the healing does work. First of all, I haven't listened to the healing video every single night, which I know that I need to be doing. Again, not that that video is single-handedly going to save my life, but with a routine and with like certain things, certain systems in place and stuff, I can live my best, happiest, healthiest life. And that's the goal, right? Like, I don't know which way you guys are going. So anyways, but it can feel very conflicting being like, of course, the truth is I know the power of the mind. I know that to a certain degree, maybe not in 100% of every single instance, but to a certain degree, our minds are incredibly powerful, and we are able to like reverse certain diseases, autoimmune diseases. People are able to heal their bodies. People are able to heal their broken bones, like with things like visualization and things like that. Like, truly. And you know what clicks for me is that we're so, since we've intentionally, society has been taught to, the doctor and medicine is who heals you. Like, we don't have the power to do that. We're never taught anything of that nature, because that would be way too powerful if every single human being knew that they had this little tool in their mind. Their mind is the little tool, and that thing has the potential to take you very far in life, or greatly hold you back in life and worsen your life and decrease your quality of life and stuff like that. And I have felt that firsthand, like with negative thinking, negative thoughts, like thinking poorly about myself, in moments of spiral and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I could see how in this spiral, I could just continue to spiral forever, and I could so easily just like lose my shit at this moment, I don't want that. So I'm also trying to be patient with myself with like, it's okay to spiral a little bit in certain moments. I don't know. So what I'm struggling with is like, obviously my narrative is saying that I don't claim that diagnosis. I don't claim any of those symptoms. I am happy and healthy. Every cell in my body is happy and healthy. Every gene in my body is happy and healthy. Every strand of DNA is happy and healthy. And when I say that, I genuinely, I remember I see the little cells, like either green or blue cells, like with smiley faces on them. I see them happy, like, and same with like my DNA and everything. Like, I feel a positive energy when I say all of that, and that feels really good, and that feels true. But I'm like, at times I am like, oh my gosh, what if it is happening? Or what if the symptoms are starting? Or what if I'm noticing a cramp in my hand or something like that? And it's really scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna be casual about this, because I don't even want to say it out loud, because I don't want to make it all the more, reality, or like possible to be reality. But like, I'm starting to feel like I'm potentially feeling like some early symptoms of this thing that I'm worried about. But it's like, I don't know if I'm starting to develop those symptoms, like, because I'm spiraling and worried about this specific thing, and I know the symptoms and I know what to look out for. And so it's manifesting in my mind that, I have involuntary movements, for example, or my cognition is slowing. Even now, I just like caught myself like kind of tripping up on my words, or like I can't think of the right word, or I forgot the word, or it's hard to explain, but I'm like, okay, I'm even noticing that. And again, is that me spiraling and worrying, and that's why that's happening? Or are these just, is this just normal life, regular life? Is this how I've always been, and I'm just noticing it now because I'm extra worried about this thing? The fact of the matter is, even if I knew that I had this certain disease that I don't claim, or I knew that I was experiencing early symptoms, I still wouldn't want to claim that. I still would want my reality to be like, even saying this is hard, but even if I am experiencing early symptoms, they can be reversed. I can heal myself. And I just caught myself, like, I don't want to be like, I'm gonna burst into tears. And I get so emotional when it comes to like God and my faith. It's been a whole journey and a whole thing on its own. And it's really come at the perfect time because I need somebody to lean on, But that's what I meant to say, was like, not that I single-handedly can heal myself or heal my body, but that I can co-create my reality with God, and absolve myself of any ailments, any dis-ease, any symptoms. You know what I mean? I really do believe that. So I think that's what I need to just like focus on, is like, yeah, I don't need to worry about like, oh my gosh, are these the symptoms? Oh my gosh, do I have it? Because even if that were the case, like, I would still want to stick to this narrative that I just mentioned and this lifestyle that I'm now adopting. I mean, I've always been like working towards it, but just like being healthy, being outside, I guarantee every single day for an hour, walking, exercising, hiking, nature, family, friends, most importantly, God. I will say, most importantly is God and my faith, because it's moments like these that really test your, gosh, there's a million people walking their dogs. Oh, shit. Sorry. It's moments like these, it's the hard moments that really have you like testing your faith and questioning God and stuff. And I'm not questioning God, but I do feel like when things are unfair in life, I think that's when we question God, like, that why me feeling. I also feel like, I've kind of always known that, like, I've always been in immense emotional pain. And even as a young kid, like, it manifested as physical pain, it manifested as bad posture, it manifested as TMJ disorder, clenching the jaw, popping jaw, things like that. It manifested as anxiety and depression too. And I don't know, ever since I started healing, or like in the last 10 years or so, I feel like part of my purpose, or part of what I'm meant to do while I'm here, is help somebody, help anybody that is struggling with the things I'm struggling with. And that really does feel so, I don't know, worth it, rewarding, fulfilling. Like, as as sad and as shitty as it is that I'm dealing with XYZ, like, at least I can help somebody else. Not to mention, I think, like, God in the universe rewards and gives back to those that are selfless and of service. Not to say that I want to give back and be of service just so I can get it back and I can, benefit too. I don't want to come from that place. I'm just saying, like, it's this energy of what goes around comes around, and doing things for others without expectation, like, is just good karma, I don't know. This is hard and sad, and I want to be like, I don't want that to be part of my purpose, I don't want to, like, I don't want this to be part of, like, my story or my reality. But for whatever reason it is, I need to just kind of accept that. I mean, not that it's part of my reality in the sense that it's affecting my everyday life. We don't know that yet, and we're not there yet, and I hope we never get there. But it is something that runs in my family regardless, and I am big on, I wish I wasn't big on this, but I am big on, like, generational trauma and, trauma being passed down literally in our DNA, which, if you think about it, isn't that a form of, like, I don't know, wouldn't cancer, diabetes, things like that are inherited, wouldn't that be a form of generational trauma then? I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I am, like, as much as I feel scared and nervous and those sorts of things about what I'm about to say, I also feel incredibly, like, empowered and motivated, and like, wow, there's something bigger than me going on here. And I hope that, like I said, I hope that I can eventually help at least one person experiencing, whether it be the same, like, let's say I do open up about the specific disease that I'm talking about, or just anybody who is like, fuck, I'm really scared about this. Dude, it's hard also when you, like, didn't grow up knowing how to, like, face fear. I'm still learning that as a 34-year-old woman, like, how do I face my fear? Even just getting myself on YouTube was a huge fear. The fear of being seen, the fear of the unknown. Like, what if it's embarrassing? What if it's cringe? What if? So many what ifs. Like, all I know is I don't know, I can't be held back anymore. I can't be living small anymore. I can't be living in fear anymore. Speaking of generational trauma, I know that's one of the things that's passed down. And again, this is so common. Most human beings are living in fear. That's also the way our society was set up. But I know that the answer is like love. Love is all you need. But what exactly does that mean, you know? And I think just like leading with love, making decisions with love, and surrounding yourself with love, internally, you know, speaking to yourself with love, filling your days with love, those sorts of things. And I really want to do that. I don't know where I was going with the last piece, but I think I was saying that, like, as much as I'm scared, I'm fearful. I don't know how to really deal with the fear. I think so many people, like I said, are raised not knowing how to face fear, like I said. And I think that's part of where I'm at in my healing journey, is like, fuck fear. I read a book once that just said, that was like the title, or not the title, but like the chapter title. And it's always resonated with me because it's so true. It's like, of course it's there and designed to keep us safe, but if you can rationalize it and for example, the YouTube thing, like, yeah, of course you have the right to be fearful or embarrassed or nervous to put yourself out there, but you still need to do it, you know? So I think that's how I'm going to do it. Like, I guess that's what I'm trying to get at, is like, it's okay to have fearful moments, but maybe in those moments I just need to say, fuck that. Like, I refuse to live my life in fear. Like, my life is full of so much love. I am happy, I am healthy, I am healing. And, you know, I am determined and empowered and all these things. I don't know. All this is easier said than done. I don't know what I'm saying. And this stuff is heavy and I don't know. So I think also maybe I should focus on, first of all, I need to listen to the Dashi meditation of Heal While You Sleep. And then, sorry, it's so boogery, but I just need to be doing that regularly, and every single night is what I mean by regularly. And on top of that, I think I need to read books and stuff like Dr. Joe Dispenza, and maybe just books or podcasts or whatever about healing and as a human being having the mental power to do those things within yourself, within your body, within your psyche, alongside God, of course. I guess what I'm struggling with a bit is, how do I like delve in and, you know, remind myself that every cell in my body is happy and healthy and that I am healing and things like that, without also acknowledging that there is something that I'm in fear of making me sick, you know? Or maybe like acknowledge both. Like, yes, that little piece of fear can be there, but I'm going to ignore it. I'm not going to let it hold me back in life. I'm not going to let it determine how I live my life. I'm going to use like the love and inspiration I feel to lead me instead. Because I don't want to be fear driven and be like, I need to listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza and I need to know how to heal my body and heal my ailments. Otherwise I'm fucked. Like, I don't think that's the right way to go about it. So maybe it is but it's like, how do I just not ignore? It's just tricky. I think for me, what I will do is acknowledge that it's something that runs within my family. And again, like I said, I do not claim it. Do not claim those symptoms. Like I said, happy, healthy cells, genes, DNA, body, and that's that. And I don't know, in those, maybe, I don't know, in those moments when I do maybe experience some of the symptoms, or I'm starting to worry, or I'm like, is this cognitive decline? Is this an involuntary movement? Etc. I think maybe it is okay to be like, it's okay to be worried about that, because I know I have XYZ in my family. But on top of that, God's got me, I've got me, I'm putting in the work, I'm healing. I do not claim that. I think I just need to keep saying that and stick to my narrative. But that's basically what I'm asking and curious about, and wanting to hear if anybody else, like themselves, or has known somebody who has, like I just described, I do not claim a certain disease or cancer, or has healed their broken bone, or has visualized their broken bone healing and has maybe helped to speed up the process, those sorts of things. I'm so curious. I'd love to hear. And I don't want this to seem like I just want to get something out of everyone else. Like, I also hope that what I'm saying resonates with somebody else. And I know that what I'm asking, the answer is yes. There are people who have healed, again, I think alongside God, but yes, there are testimonies of people doing that. So I guess it's just different, like hearing it firsthand or hearing it in real time. But I don't need to. Maybe I need to listen to more stories and testimonies. And I really think that can, maybe that's a really good idea. I think that can like deepen my faith, strengthen my faith, and show me what's possible. That's another really big thing I'm into, especially with like manifestation, improving life, thinking bigger, doing bigger. I think it's essential to open your eyes and your mind and your life to those things. Like, here's a random example, but I want like a little farm one day. And I've been like making an honest effort to like go to little farms to like do yoga or pet llamas or whatever. That way when I go and I see who owns it, and I see what kind of cars they drive, and I see what kind of lifestyle they live, I can be like, first of all, is this for me? Do I like this enough? Or is it just a 24-hour type of thing for me? Or would I want this lifestyle week after week after week, year after year after year? And really think about that. But my point is that it expands your horizons. It's kind of similar to like driving in a really nice, fancy neighborhood and not thinking like, oh, all these rich, spoiled people that are separate from me. Instead thinking like, wow, which house would I pick out if I were in the market? Or pretending that you are in the market and picking out your house. Or, just, I think there has to be like a positive context and connotation to these sorts of things. It should be like aspirational. It should be like, wow, they did it, I can do it too. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope this resonates with somebody, but thank you for hearing me out. Bye. Ignore my one nail that fell off.